Hello, it's Polish Pol VR. Welcome to the channel. I hope you all alright and having a good day. We are here to answer a age-old question. Will Blade and Sorcery come to PlayStation VR? Video updated for the year 2021. So let's just dive into it. First of all, I've done a few videos about this game. Every couple of months I like to give you a little update on what's going on. But since my older videos starting to popping into people's recommendations, I was thinking it's time to do a little update. So what we know so far is that the developer got this very nice extensive roadmap, and in the roadmap it says at the end of it that to be defined are PlayStation VR and Oculus Quest version. When you go to their Discord and ask them the question, automatic bot reply will be there is no plans for Blade and Sorcery on PlayStation VR as of now, but it same goes for Oculus Quest version. But is there any chance of Blade and Sorcery actually releasing one day on PSVR? And from looking at the developers' previous replies, it's something what they probably want to do. But to get the best answer I think possible that will explain everything, I went to the subreddit and found a 1 year old reply, over a year old. So you know what, a bit of it might be out of date, but also there will be some truth to it, so let me just tell you. That's what they wrote to people. The official answer is there are no plans for PSVR. Cospi, who is the developer of this game, would like it to happen. Why wouldn't he? But has no time to look into how the sport might work, given he is so busy with active early access development. My speculation would be that it is more likely he will look into PSVR closer to the release of full game, since he would have then more time to do that. So that could be in the range of 7 months to 1 year and 7 months, given early access should be 1 to 2 years. I would also suspect that similar to the Oculus Quest, if a port were to happen, I would imagine it would possibly be limited to 1 versus 1, though that would still be pretty cool. So now listen, that was like over a year ago, but it pretty much describes best what's going on. So I think there is a will from the developer to do so, but because how good the game is on PC, he's still busy with PC version. Now back in the day when that reply was written, don't forget Blade and Sorcery is a game done by one very talented person, but since then the team of course expanded. And also since this over 1 year time the game come a long way and there was few updates and there more updates are coming. So the game is getting closer to that 1.0 release, but even if it's released fully on Steam, don't forget you still will need the development to do PlayStation VR version. And when it comes to PlayStation VR version, the developer would have to work with nearly 8-year-old hardware, which is PlayStation 4, and also over a 10-year-old Move controllers, so kind of outdated technology. Now, I know we've got PS5 and that would probably not be a problem to run Blade and Sorcery, and maybe the developer could just power through it using the PlayStation 5's big horsepower. But sadly, as of now, Sony got this parity policy, so whatever is coming out on PSVR and PS4 itself, it have to run on PS4. Even if PS4 Pro can run it, it have to run on both very nicely. And same goes for PlayStation 5, because PlayStation 5 at the moment only supports PSVR through the backwards compatibility, which means it only supports PS4 version of VR games. Therefore the developer can't tap into PlayStation 5 to do Blade and Sorcery, because of course he needs to do PS4 version as well. So I think the game did great on Steam and sells great and is very popular, so the developer concentrating hard on this version. But Also, I think the hardware for PSVR version, maybe it is a bit outdated, and for the game of the caliber that Blade and Sorcery is, I'm assuming the developer wouldn't like to make any compromises and have pretty much same game as on PC, and with move controllers not only having no thumbsticks, but also pretty, tracking can be pretty bad, and also the buttons placement itself, it's super awkward with this massive move button in the middle and tiny buttons around it. So I think that might compromise the vision of Blade and Sorcery as well. I do not want to speak for the developer, but from all the official informations, what we can say, the PSVR version is to be defined, and it looks like it is basically the answer is maybe. The developer wants it to happen, but also don't know if it's possible. Now, once Blade and Sorcery leaves the early access, then we probably gonna have more clarity. But also, since that comment what I read you earlier, Oculus Quest 2 released, so they might be working on Oculus Quest 2 version now, because that might just ruin it. But also, Sony lately announced PSVR 2, and PSVR 2 will improve everything, so the tracking will be much better, but also the controllers probably gonna be way better. So you definitely gonna get the thumbstick, do not worry about that, but also the button placement will be better. It should have hopefully finger and hand tracking and track you in 360 scale inside out, so you don't need any external sensors. So what I think is the developer knows that everyone wants this game, so that's a big credit to them, and they should feel very proud of it that everyone wants to play it. But also I think the developer knows that the releasing Blade and Sorcery on kind of older hardware now might be a bit of a struggle, and maybe that's not where they want to put their resources. Saying that, I might be wrong, and they might be currently working on PSVR version. The will definitely is there. They do want to make it, looks like it, but it's just to be defined. And also don't forget, if PS5 finally gonna support PSVR 2, then none of the developers gonna have to worry about any of the issues that PS4 and current PSVR got, and it's gonna be just so much easier for them to port their games. And we know porting the games from PC can be very difficult. As we know, we've waiting for Zero Caliber, the developers announced it, and they are eager to give it to you as well, but sadly the optimization seems to be the biggest issue. They struggled to get move controllers working, but they went for it, so hopefully Zero Caliber, that's gonna work good for them. But also let's see the bigger picture, hopefully Sony will release PSVR 2 next year. But as of now, we still have to wait and just kind of go by this answer that it's maybe. They're not saying they're not gonna do it, but they cannot officially say that they're gonna do it either. All I can see and reading to everything is like there is a will, but maybe there is just not enough resources, or even if there are resources, there is not maybe enough horsepower in good old 8-year-old PS4. But I wanted to do this video because I know how many times the developers are being asked if this game coming to PSVR and Quest as well, be it on their Discord, Reddit or Twitter, but also you asking me a lot in my comment section. So that's your Blade and Sorcery update, but for any more info about Blade and Sorcery, of course stay tuned to the channel, because if this situation changes, then I will do video right away and you'll be first one to know about what's happening with Blade and Sorcery PlayStation VR port. Okay, anyway, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.